Hi, everyone. Welcome to Interconnected. I'm so excited to have my next guest, Alie. I'll go ahead and turn it over to Alie to introduce herself and tell us a little bit more about her work.
Hi, everybody. I'm Alie Chandler. Thank you so much for having me, Jordan. I'm a board certified music therapist and a neurologic music therapist. And I'm also the owner and director of Ossia Music Therapy in North Carolina, Chapel Hill, North Carolina. And I also do virtual work. So I work with mostly people who have different neurological disorders, as well as people on the spectrum with developmental things going on. So a wide gamut in private practice.
Thank you, Alie, for sharing a little bit more about your work. I'm excited for everyone viewing to learn more about, dive deeper into all of the different incredible things that you contribute to the field. So building strong connections with your clients is important in music therapy. So how do you go about creating these bonds, and why do you think this is important for your practice?
I definitely have the tool of music to help me with that. And it's the great connector. It really makes my job a lot easier just to build that rapport really quickly with people in any stage of disease. It can be, you can connect non-verbally through rhythm, through melody, and it instantly builds a really strong bond. So music therapists have it good that way. So
Could you share a memorable story where your work made a significant impact on a client's life?
sure. I have a client who has severe apraxia and aphasia post stroke, and he really has had his speech limited to maybe one or two word utterances, but he can sing full songs, 5 verses. So it's one of those amazing stories about aphasia and singing. And we've been working together for a long time. And his daughter was getting married, so he wanted to be a part of the ceremony. And we made a recording of a song for his daughter's wedding. So it was played at the wedding, and really gave him a voice, literally, to be a part of that community and to take part. He couldn't do his speech, but he could sing a song for her. So that was just a beautiful part of just how music therapy can get into the communities and really help people, give them a voice.
I love that. Thank you for sharing that story. So, in the field of music therapy, it's ever evolving. So, how do you manage to stay at the forefront of new techniques and research?
Oh wow, we have lots of music therapy journals that are peer reviewed. We also have continuing education credits that are required. Neurologic music therapists who are trained specially have other CEUs, like monthly meetings, and just keeping up with all that really keeps you in the know.
Yes. And then what about any recent innovations or technologies in music therapy that you're excited about, or maybe it's even things that are coming soon?
Yeah, there's a huge initiative called the Sound Health Initiative, and this is a collaboration between NIH, the Kennedy Center, and the National Endowment for the Arts. And this is supporting a wide range of research on music's effects on the brain, and it's very exciting. They have research going on right now from studying how music helps with hallucinations and psychosis to all the way to helping people the gait of those with Parkinson's disease, um, and they're actually for the speech therapists here, they're doing an awesome study right now on melodic intonation therapy and exploring the neural mechanisms. We know that works for people with aphasia, but we don't know exactly how. So, exploring rhythm therapy for helping with expressive language. So, just trying to get down to the nitty gritty and like what actually works and how is it working in the brain? How does melodic intonation therapy work? So, lots going on. I'm also really excited about the therapeutic tech that's coming out for musical music therapeutics. There's a new FDA approved, like you can get it by prescription now, technology called Med, and this is for gait training for people post stroke. So they have the sensors in the shoes, and this is based on a neurologic music therapy technique, which is rhythmic auditory stimulation. So the technique, the shoes, the sensors in the shoes will do real time adjustments to connect to the headphones for your best therapeutic rhythm for walking. So it's just fascinating. There's a lot going on in AI and music, and hopefully how AI can help at home when the music therapist is not around and help with music and health.
Well, that is really fascinating. It's excited to hear all of these different innovations that are happening. Both of those I've never heard of, so I'm looking forward to looking those up after talk.
Yeah.
So this actually leads me perfectly into the next question, because your work isn't limited to one setting. It spans across various settings. So how do you engage different communities in your work? Can you share any collaborative projects you're involved in?
Yeah, I think just having a wide net for private practice is basically what you have to do to survive in private practice. So I'm always networking and reaching out, and I am obviously interested in communication. I reach out to SLPs often. I've been working with the UNC Speech and Communication Department on collaborating on a therapeutic community choir for people with communication disorders. We're looking for grants to do that. I've also been on the team at the Triangle Aphasia Project. So this is a huge nonprofit in North Carolina that serves everybody across the state with aphasia with really inexpensive therapeutic groups. So I do online music therapy there, and just, really collaborating with other professions. I really believe in the best practice as interdisciplinary, and multidisciplinary. So I think we have to use all of our heads together to actually create the best practice for individuals.
Yes, especially now more than ever, we're seeing just so much overlap. And that leads me to just the amazing career that you've had. I was reading all about the incredible work that you've done, and I came across your role in the resilience study at Duke University Hospital. Can you tell us a little bit more about what receiving the recognition for your work and how it influenced your career? And if you could just tell us a little bit more about that study, and that would be wonderful.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you. I've always been interested in research, and that's just led to different involvement in various teams. There's been a few we haven't gotten the grant for, but just to be involved with this team who's interested in music's effects on the brain, it's fascinating. And luckily, I was able to be an interventionist running the protocol for this program at Duke University Hospital. And it was basically an 8 hospital study, um, and a randomized controlled study on therapeutic music videos. And so I was in there making therapeutic music videos and songwriting with adolescents who were undergoing bone marrow transplant. So it's really a high risk medical setting, and having this intervention, and there were tons of scales administered on how resilient it made you, and and it happened that this showed significantly better courageous coping and social integration in family environment. So a really awesome study that was published in the journal Cancer in 2014. So it's been a while, but that was great. So, and I think that still, like, even though hospitals fund these, or this is actually NIH funded, but there's still a lack of music therapy going on in all of these places. But we're working on it. We always have to advocate, and we're still advocating for licensure in some states, but there's at least the interest is there in the research, and it's coming and coming, like the more research we get, hopefully the more jobs there will be.
Yes, and I would love to actually too, if after I'll get the link to that research, I would love to include that as well. If others would like to read up about that as well, that would be great.
Yeah, that was done by Dr. Sherry Robb and Dr. Debbie Burns. So they were the leads on that. And they had a whole team with nursing as well. But I was lucky to be one of the interventionists there and see how it works.
That's incredible. I have so many questions. I will ask you this next one that I've really been wondering more about. I see you post different things about Think for Speech. That is one of the things that I would like to know more about. But also, if there's other exciting projects that you're working on, if you could provide us more about that and share a little bit about how people can find more information about it.
Yes, definitely. That was my most recent project has been the Sing for Speech e-program. And it is basically a 50-page interactive e-program. And it has videos and audio to guide you through several different exercises that are evidence-based music therapy techniques to work on expressive language and speech. So I developed this based on my 20 years of working with people with different communication things going on, and also in collaboration with SLPs. So it includes a monthly subscription. So once you have this program on my website, you can use it every day, bringing all this that you would do in the session into the home, and engaging the whole care team. So that also includes some group support and one-on-one support online. Yeah, it's very exciting. We have techniques like the melodic intonation therapy in there. So you have these set melodies and rhythms that you can practice every day with a phrase, such as, "How are you today?" And we know that, you can only change your brain if you do these things repetitively. So that was the goal of this Sing for Speech, is having things transfer over to home and a tool for not only the family and the person, but other professionals who may not know how to use MIT, just to have a tool there for them.
So I wanted to leave some time for people to know how can they keep up with your work, where can they find you, and what's the best place to find all the resources that you provide and the services.
Definitely my website would be the number one place. That's Ossia Music Therapy, OSSIA, musictherapy.com. I'm also pretty active on LinkedIn. Please connect with me. And then on Instagram, Facebook as well.
Okay, and I'll include links too, but your Instagram is your name, or is it under your music therapy?
It's under Ossia Music Therapy.
Okay. Thank you so much for taking the time. I am so excited about all of the work that you're doing, as well as all of the really interesting innovations that are happening behind the scenes. So thank you for taking the time out of your day, and thank you for all the work that you do in the community.
Thank you so much. Thanks for having me and spreading the word.